that out of there. Don't. Now one side, see how one side got to be a little too small, so I wonder if I can fix it by going just a little deeper and wider, if that'll help. In fact, I'm almost sure it will. Again, cut that piece out of there. Getting there. You know, I think this is the time for me to pull out my detailing knife. Put this aside for now. And if you look at the profile, yeah, we're going to be working with the bridge of the nose and the forehead a little bit as soon as we get the mouth in. Because as you can see how this is kind of almost level with the forehead. The forehead is leveled with the mouth. So in other words, as soon as we're done with the mouth, then we're going to bring that forehead back a little bit. So it's kind of like going one way and doing one way and then come back. And so I get that out of there. Okay, now I want to just take the knife and just widen it just a little bit. Same with coming down here, just a little bit. It's like taking a corner off. Here, I wonder if I should, can I do this without, is this better or worse? You just want to, she kind of looks a little pouty right now, but we'll take care of that. All right. Now I want to take this piece off right here. Mind the direction of the grain. Because what's going to happen is going to be kind of puffy and then it's going to kind of disappear. And then puffy and kind of disappear. I need to straighten this out just a little bit. I think we can pull that in the chin because the chin. Okay, next, now we can do some more. Well, here, I'm going to do this. With the tip of your knife, or if you're comfortable with your chisels, is to take this off. This off here is what we want to do. This is what we want to take off here. See, I can't talk and carve at the same time. I can't walk and chew gum at the same time either, I don't know. And the chin's going to go back. Yeah, there's still a lot more to do, but once we start getting things in, then then we can make our adjustments. Okay, now here, what I want to do around the cheek is I want to take my number 9. In order for the upper cheek, we want to form the nose a little bit. Get the nose formed a little bit. I want to put in the nostril, or you can do this via knife. This is going to be one of the sharp points of the face. Is we're going to come around this little, it's a little, make this wide, not deep like this. Make this wide for around the cheek. And then it's around the upper lip, wide. And you want to take that out of there. I don't know if it's working out too well because at this angle. I'm cutting at a weird angle here. Let's get this nose piece out of there. And here's the shape. You're going to shape the upper lip, a little bit around the cheek. That's some of that sharpness will go away. If you went too sharp, we still have a lot to wood and stuff to do to make that go away. And see, we're going in the correct direction. Same here. Whoops. We went around this way. Not too deep. And then not too deep on the upper lip. And that should pop out of there. And then right here at the mouth, a nice scoop. A nice scoop. Now that kind of takes care of the mouth a little bit. There's still a lot of adjustments. At least we put in what we want to put in is in there. And I don't have my visor on. I got kind of a double lip here, but if I had my visor on and start playing with it, I could fix that. And I did say we wanted this round. It's just starting to come out. Okay, like I said, we want to bring the nose and the forehead back a little bit. We still want the forehead to be rounded. Come on, get out of there. See, now it's happening. Nose is still a little masculine. It might even still be a little large. Now here's another thing I want you to look at, and that's this right here. From the eye to the mouth. See how that arcs? And you see how the nose comes out. So in other words, you can still see a little bit of the nostril. And so that's what we want to create here. Make sure that that's where some more of that will disappear. And you see we're starting to put that arc around there. Okay, we're at the point now. Like I said, this would be, I don't say, getting close to a place to stop. We're getting close to just merely picking and shaping. Like I said, then we need to shape the neck back a little bit. But I want to get to a point where we're almost ready to take. Or the next steps I'm going to take on this, is what we're going to take on your rough out. I mean, we did go ahead with the neck and the mouth. Because here you can, like I said, you pencil in, you see where the mouth is, the nose is, where the eye line is, so on and so forth. In my next video, I'll actually take that and carve in the face. But like I said, we want to do a test. Why do I keep saying test? Practice stick. Now here's what we're going to do on your video, or on your rough out. We're going to take the knife and we're going to kind of create this and round things out. Put the eye line in. We're just going to take a knife and just to clean it out a little bit. Where's that nose? Where's a little bit around the face with your knife? But here's where we're going to get into the eye socket. Again, we're back to our number 9. Let's go a little larger number 9. Where'd it go? Here it is. And this is what we're going to do. This is going to be a 3-pass process. In other words, we're going to do the nose. It's going to kind of from the top down and come like this. Top, down, come like this. The eye is going to go like around this way, up and down, and also an arch this way, and in reverse, the bottom is like arch this way, but it's going to be up and down. So we're going to take right at the upper nostril. Leave the nostril alone. We're doing the bridge of the nose, and we're doing the eye socket at the same time because we're rounding that out. So this is what you would do after you kind of take your knife and just put a little bit of an arch in. And then you're going to take your V-tool or your chisel and down, up, and then down, and around. You're going to go up, arch, as well as up, and down. Just like that. Same with here. We're going to go right above the nostril. Leave the nostril alone, and we're going to go down and around the nose. Let me take a little bit of that corner off, and we're going to go down to the bridge of the nose, or where the eye socket is. Same here. We're going to go up, around, and then down. Same here. Up, and then down. I'm going to take a little bit of that off the eyebrow there to even it out. Now there's a little bit of cleaning. Now you can clean with a smaller chisel. I think that's what I'll do. Get my little chisel back here. And this is the thing I'm more concerned about, is right where the eye ends here is supposed to be the deepest. There we go, and clean. The nose, we want to make it smooth, but come at an angle, so you don't want it to go totally straight down, and you don't want it to come to a sharp point either. You want to come at an angle. Now I'm going to take a little bit of the tip off, because I don't like, still a little too big. There, that's getting a little better. Let's take that tip off. Just a little bit of the tip. A little bit of nostril. Now at the bottom, I want to have this to come like about a 30-degree angle this way. 30-degree angle this way, and then just at the tip. And as you could see, the lip, I might want to bring the lip, upper lip up a little more. Oops, I did some prying there, and that's. Then with my little number 9, let's put that, like one teacher, carving teacher, so they call that the snot trough. But our ladies never do stuff like that. No, they. And then we want to shape the mouth a little bit. It's going to come at a scoop like this. The upper lip is higher up, and it goes down into the nostril. Same on this side, just a little bit. Just a scoop where the upper lip is higher, but on the side of the upper lip, it goes down. So in other words, his is high, and it gets lower until it disappears right into the mouth. And again, now we're getting into picking and shaping. I still want this to be a little scoop here. I don't want it to be kind of too much of a masculine chin. There's still a little bit of scoop there. See, I'm still narrowing it a little bit. And it's just getting down to just shaping and cleaning and. Oh yeah, we gotta get in there more. Oh. Oops, scraping. Getting there. How does it look this way? Forehead's a little higher over here. Now we're just getting into picking and shaping. Got a little sharp here. What do you want to do with the hair? We want to, here, we'll just do a little bit of, I like to make some nice separation. A nice sharp shadowing is what really, got a little, that thing's coming out, and you create this shadow. I don't have to worry about screwing up the hair too much because, as I always say, the hair is imperfect. So it can, if you screw up, and you can slip with a knife, and you always can change the hairstyle. Now here's what I mentioned before. We can probably do it a little more. Is I'll take a little more of a scoop. Is how the hair comes down, and you still got a little bit more to play with before you have to worry about the ear. You can have it come down and go forward a little bit. There's where the shoulder is. Again, I want to clean this a little bit, a little arc, like I said, arcs right here. Let's see, how does that look? I'm going to take a little bit of the forehead off here. Let's go at a 45-degree angle. We got this little dimple here, and then the face comes in, almost to the point where the lips come out. So I think there might be a little more. A little more trimming to do here. And then we want the chin. We want to make sure that the cheek is not too high, unless you want it to be high. Because the chin is almost like again, at a 45-degree angle trim, like this. Now I want to stop here, because now it's a matter of shaping and cleaning. I'll spend a little time in doing an eye. You could either just paint it in, or if you want to draw an eye, or not draw an eye, carve in an eye. See, now I get kind of carried away, just picking and picking and picking, and just call it done. Well, call this done. Like I said, you can keep picking and picking at it. Now we'll do the eye kind of quick here. I'll just flip this thing over, and let's round this. Just do an eye here, quick eye. Now this is going to be much larger because it's just kind of difficult to do on camera, the size. But you're definitely going to get your visor out, and you need a nice sharp tip. Now we have want to round this way. We want to round it this way. All right, let's draw it in. How she has her eye here. One thing you notice, here I got a bigger picture so you can see. Oops. Dinner time. Is if you were to draw a line across the eye line, can you do this without too much shadow? See, there's the eyeball line. If you draw the eye across, this part of the eye is a little higher than the line, and you draw it across this line, it's a little lower than the line. So let us, like I said, do this quick. Let's draw our eye line in. let's say this is the nose. This is the our right, her left. Now we're going to make measurements. I gotta get the big one again here. I'm sure you hear this a million times. There's supposed to be 5 sections, eyeball sections. So you got between here and here is the same from here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here. This is a caricature. It's somewhat of a caricature, so our eyes might be a little wider. But depends on how you want a little caricature. So I would say right here and right here. Just out of let's just say we made the measurements and we're happy that this is one side and that's the other side of the ear. This is all. That's how I got to this point. Is I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay, like I said, the eye will start about here. Up. Now you might want to be careful and make the eye a little narrower if you've never done eyes before, because what happens is that if you think you're goofed up and then you got to get in there and you got to clean it up and cut away wood, and before you know it, the eyeball is like she saw a ghost or something. So this is the eye line, and so it's above the eye. And this is a little more narrower, and it comes almost straight to meet. So you're going to have more up here than down here. Now, I had an instructor, an older instructor, or the olden days, not that, is what she did is after she drew the eye line in, is take a V tool and cut on the eye, taking the marks off. But I prefer to go straight in, so it's up to you. And you want to go straight down, a nice firm, straight down. That is pretty simple when you really, as far as telling you, is pretty simple, but you got to practice. Carving is like baseball, You know that if you pick up the bat, you're supposed to hit the ball. But when you don't hit the ball, you don't expect the coach to come running out and telling you you're supposed to hit the ball. I know what I'm supposed to do. Same thing about wood carving. I know I'm supposed to do this, but the knife just does not want to cooperate. Okay, so I went around. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to, one more time, just a little deeper. Because what we're going to form here makes some sound, meaning I'm pushing down. And the reason why you got those two cuts, and then you're going to come in here and you're going to take that chip cut out of there. Yeah, don't mind that this extra wood, or that kind of wood flip. We'll take care of that shortly. Same thing here. You're going to cut towards those two cuts that you went straight down, and you're making sort of a chip cut. Well, it is a chip cut, but okay. Getting started. Now you want to take your knife and you want to start almost to the top. No, I'm sorry. You want to start about the middle and you want to cut up. And what you're doing is you're rounding. Now, of course, this is much larger than what's on your rough out. But it's the same principle. Again, we're not gonna rip at that. We're not gonna pull at it. We're just gonna come back again, because we don't want to rip into and take things off that ought not to. Now you're going to come almost from the top and go down. And what's going to happen is that the bottom part is going to be in more than the top part. So the eyeball is going to kind of come at this kind of an angle, because that's as it naturally is. And again, you're just rounding that ball out. That's all it is. Again, don't pull. And this would be kind of the time to, let's take the pencil marks away. Use our metal eraser here. Now you could, we're going to start with the bottom eyebrow. You could take your like a number 9 or 7 and come around, but usually I think I'm more lazy, and I like to, as long as your knife is sharp, just to kind of do the scooping kind of a thing. Now, no matter what you use, knife or chisel, look at your face after. You can wait till after the eyeball is done. Look at the face, because sometimes on this side, especially if you use sometimes it doesn't work, it does that with a knife, it's sometimes mostly with a chisel, okay? Let's say we carve that in for the sake of this being the bottom eyelid. But make sure, since this isn't an old lady, you want to smooth this part out here to the chin. Cheek, pardon me. Cheek, chin. See, this is smoothed out. The bottom can be sharper, but this has to be smoothed out. You'll see that if you neglect it and you see that, you can say, like, it's got some problems with the, haven't slept in a long time, got too much of the bags down. Okay, now what we want to do is the difference between a Santa and a female face is we're going to put the upper eyelid in. Now when you do this for the female, is you're going to go close to the edge, but not so deep, with a small V tool, and you're going to stop right there. Now you can get more fancy by putting this little thing that's here, and then there's this other thing, this other cut you want to, I probably would neglect it, because this is good for a Santa, but it's not good for a female. As you put this little thing in, you cut along here. This is for your Santa or your Indian or Native American, pardon me, and put that in like that. You could try it with the female, and of course, being at this size, I think I did put it in. Yeah, I did put it in a little bit, but once you get it to this size, it doesn't matter too much, because it's smaller. And like I said, you could also paint. You can paint the eye in, but if you're doing an eyeball, that's how you do it. Like I said, you draw in from the center line, the eye line, draw in the eyeball, cut straight down, firm. Then you cut on these two ends twice, the two sides of each end, and you cut out that little chip cut. Like I said, I'm not even cutting it, I can't think. And then you start from the top, no, you start from the bottom, curve, you go up, making that into an eyeball, and then you come back down, but you make it so that the bottom, there you can see, even though you might need still a little more, you do not want the center of the eye or any of the eye to be farther out than the upper part of the eye. Which means, you see how the most that's sticking out is on the top. Because if you have it coming out a little bit and coming back down, you're kind of ruining the reasoning for having the eyeball come down. Because what's going to happen is that the pupil is going to be right about here. And then you get the iris in. And so there we are. Like I said, this is a, so you can pick at this. I mean, I could pick at this all day. The nose, let's round the nose a little bit. Make the nose nice and smooth. We can just keep going. The reason why the mouth looks a little crooked because like I said, I'm cutting at an angle, and therefore it looks kind of crooked. Keep working with the neckline. I don't know what more to add. This is just, like I said, this is a sort of a practice stick. But the next video I'm actually going to get into a rough out. In fact, I'm going to do that Supergirl rough out. Maybe a little bit more here. I'm just going to keep picking and picking and picking. I still want this to be just a little bit rounder. It has to be round. It does not come to a stop. It's rounded. A Santa Claus, you want to go straight down, just like what we did when we first put take the chips out. You'll want that. But when it comes to the female face, nah. And then here, I think I may want to round the head a little more, the forehead a little more. That's a little more female. Playing. I'm trying to think, is that anything else? When you want to practice on doing the head, practice on doing the chest area, a little bit of the hair. And also I'm going to do a video on doing the hands, so using her as the hand, as a demonstration for the hand. Make sure you look this way. Not too shabby, but there's still some more picking, especially around the ears, around the nose. Ooh, I'm making, I think I better leave that alone. I just doing that a little bit, but let's get this, because I want to keep this round. All right, well, there you have it. That's a practice piece. And what I always like to do and show people when I do teach my rough outs is that we do start with that. What I did before is you put in that the triangles, sort of the jack-o'-lantern look, and you cut out the nose and you cut out the eye socket and smooth it out. Just when you start right there. Then I could show you from there is almost the same as if I started with this. You're going to take the eye line, you're going to just take the knife, maybe a little bit, just to cut things out a little bit. After you take the V-tool, all that's here. And then that's when I start teaching using the chisel, and you come this way and that way. But there you have it. That's where we're stopping at. That this is a practice. Keep practicing. I have just got this whole thing of, see that one there I kind of stopped at. That not too shabby. Just I'm doing without the hair, so I know what that is. Oh, here's one. I think this is my video. Yeah, this is my, I have a how to carve a female head video. This is the one that I used. I could still see some improvements I could have made here and there. I think the neck might be a little too thick. But there you go. That's what you want to have is, oops, goodbye that one. Let's see, this one here, the chin might be a little too short. Here I got the ear in. See the hair, you put it in the ear. See how much you got to work with the face to make it like she's got a ponytail in the back. Oh yeah, this is I took way too much chin off. And the mouth is just a little lower. It's like if wood carving, you can use Photoshop and just move that mouth up a little bit, but other than that, it's not too shabby. I did a lot of goof ups on it, but there you are. Like I said, here's the one I did yesterday. The one I did yesterday was better because I'm carving at an angle. It's kind of hard to see. I'm carving. See, if I was sitting and carving, it'd be like this way. So, but both will need more picking. But there you are. Like again, this is Russell Scott from scottcarvings.com. This is how to work with the rough outs. And I'm going to go to the next video of actually carving into a rough out, this one here.